presents Bob and Jay's Pro Football Podcast with your host, Bob Katie and Jay Schmidt.
Hello and welcome to week number 11 of Bob and Jay's Pro Football Podcast.
Welcome.
We're doing a little Skype version this week. We had some schedule conflicts.
Yes, sir.
Which are always fun to deal with.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I stayed up late for that debacle last night.
Yeah.
Oh. Yeah, you a little, you feeling it a little bit after last night?
Oh, yeah. Definitely.
The 12% alcohol, huh?
Yeah.
That'll do it.
Sir. Yes, sir.
All right, so we'll recap last week's games. We'll start with the Titans 13, Jaguars 19.
Yes, sir. Blake Bortles, he's a T-pass in each game this year. Jacksonville's heating up a little bit.
Yeah, Jacksonville's like on a roll.
Yep.
They're in a playoff discussion.
Yes.
Which is like highly bizarre.
Yeah.
But they're in a playoff discussion.
Actually, their schedule is the easiest out of anybody left, I guess, for the rest of the way. So.
And rightly so, it should be.
Yeah. Yep.
You know?
So.
You think that should be a pretty good thing.
Yep.
We have Broncos 17, Bears 15.
Yeah.
Brock Osweiler.
Yeah. Went into Chicago and pulled out a win for them. Their defense played good and looked good.
The Bears, in a way, kind of handed it to them with a bad coaching.
Yeah. Yeah.
With some bad coaching. So that's that was a little, it's either here nor there. I don't know the way you look at it, but Osweiler looked good. Poised in the pocket, making good throws, good decisions.
Yeah, and he looks like their future there.
And it looked like their defense showed up, and he's starting again this week. So,
yep.
If he can minimize the mistakes, and move them down the field, then I don't see why with that defense. I don't see why they shouldn't be even maybe a little bit rejuvenated in a way.
Yeah.
So and the Bears, they had a late scratch there. Jeffries there, their number one wide receiver.
Yeah,
I think that hurt him.
Yeah, definitely.
I think that hurt him, and you know what? Knowing that, I probably would have picked the Broncos, but that was like a Saturday or even a Sunday morning scratch.
Yeah,
I think.
It was a late. Yeah,
it was really late. Raiders 13, Lions 18.
Yeah.
Right when the Raiders were getting pesky, now they're just sinking.
Yeah. Detroit back-to-back wins for the first time this year.
Yeah, they're on a hot streak.
Yeah, Oakland's on a 3-game losing streak.
Oh, I know. Yeah. Young team. They got to get their bumps in there.
Yep.
They got to get their bumps in there. Colts 24, Falcons 21. The Falcons have just fallen off the planet right now.
Yeah. Yeah, they blew that right at the end, and they let Indy come back.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it doesn't. Yeah, I just don't know what's wrong. Their offense isn't even working.
Yeah.
They got talent.
Yeah, and they lost. Well, they did lose Freeman to a concussion for the game there. So.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, but still, I mean, you got Julio Jones and supposedly Matty Ice.
Yeah.
As you want to call him.
Yep.
Should be doing well, on that. So I don't know. They're and the Colts. They're just they seem to be more successful with
Hasselbeck,
40-year-old Hasselbeck.
Yep.
Put the old man in there, and away we go.
Yep.
And away we go. Jets 17, Texans 24. The Jets are banged up. They are.
Yeah.
They're still a good football team, but they're banged up. But I think they're just coming upon it's Ryan Fitzpatrick as a journeyman quarterback.
Yeah.
And Buffalo learned that one, but he's still better than Geno Smith at this point. So, and the Texans, yeah, they're catching a little bit of fire with Yates in there
Yeah.
at quarterback.
Seems like it. Their first 3-game winning streak since 2012.
Yeah. So they're catching a little fire in there, and of course, well, we'll discuss what's going to happen later in our pick segment with that.
Yeah.
And the Texans are starting to warm up at the right time, and the Jets are cooling at the wrong time.
Yeah.
You know,
So.
Bucks 45, Eagles 17.
Wow. Yeah.
Talk about another team that's falling off the planet.
Yeah. Yep.
Is Jameis Winston five touchdowns? 5 touchdowns.
5 touchdowns. Yeah.
5 touchdowns.
Yep.
And the Eagles, well, Mark Sanchez.
Yeah.
But the whole team just seems to be disintegrating.
And what's even funnier, though, is Philadelphia's only 1 game out of the division lead behind the Giants.
Oh, I know. Yeah, right? There's nothing like falling off the planet and still almost being in the division lead.
Yeah.
Can I get one of those divisions? Buffalo can rule.
Yeah.
I'm sick of being in the Patriots division. Yeah. You know what? It's going to be interesting at the end of the season if Chip Kelly stays and if the Eagles they went and did a lot to let him mold and take over this team.
Yeah.
So it's going to be interesting to see when do you pull the plug on that, and then they really have to start over.
Right.
Because when it's kind of reminds me of Indianapolis when they got rid of Peyton. It's like, okay, we really have to start over because that the talent that was acquired was so indicative offensively to Peyton Manning in that offense.
Yeah.
But now this is a whole team that a coach is trying to mold a certain way. Yeah. And that's just going to be brutal if they have to start over with another coach and everything. Yep. Redskins 16, Panthers 44.
Yeah. Wow.
Super Cam.
Yeah. 5 TDs.
Yeah. Yeah.
That was actually a close game in the beginning there. I was a little worried, but then they just blew it open.
Yeah, they just stepped on the gas and went. Yeah, the Panthers are just rolling. They are just so rolling. And I don't see them. They're rolling in an upward trajectory.
Yeah.
Where the Patriots, because of injury and other things, they're not headed in an upward trajectory necessarily.
No.
Cowboys 24, Dolphins 14. This one looked like the Dolphins were hanging with them for a while.
Yeah, they were, actually, yep.
The return of Romo.
Yes. Yep. He made some good throws there, and
Super Tony's back. And now it was like, it's like he comes in and he's like the elixir for everything bad that goes on.
Their savior, yep.
Yeah.
18 of 28, 227 yards, 2 TDs, 2 interceptions. So.
Yeah, that's a pretty, 2 interceptions, but for a return.
First time back, yeah.
Of 7 weeks.
Yeah.
I would say they're again, they could come back and get the division.
Sure.
It's still possible. That's crazy. And the Dolphins just, every AFC East team this week, except for the Patriots, probably should kick themselves, meaning Dolphins, Jets, Bills, because one of those teams win, and it would, with the rest of them losing, would have helped each individual. I mean, Buffalo obviously had the largest mountain to climb in that, but the Jets were probably the one that should have won out of all of them, and didn't. Yeah. So, Dolphin, again, a lot of money on free agent at this time, a free agent or agents, and no return really.
Yep.
So that's going to be another. Well, they might be looking. They're also probably going to be looking for a coach too. So that should be interesting. Rams 13, Ravens 16. I am done with the Rams.
Yeah.
I am done.
It's crazy.
They can't beat up ACL, MCLS, Joe Flacco Ravens. You know.
Yeah. Well, it happened right at the end, but he
still.
I don't know. They fumbled 4 times. I mean, it's.
But even on a bum leg, he came in and got him.
Oh yeah,
the win.
He finished it. Yeah.
And the defense is supposed to be the Rams' strong part.
Yep.
So I don't know. You think Jeff Fisher's going to be on the hot seat?
Kind of. I don't know if he doesn't pull something out of his ass. I think so.
I don't know what it is on the offense. If it's truly just quarterback, or if it's offensive coordinator in quarterback, they need to get in there. I don't even know who their offensive coordinator is. It's not is it Schottenheimer?
Is it? I'm not positive.
I think it might be. It was at one point. I don't know if he's still there, but that's not surprising. I don't think he's a very good offensive coordinator. And the Ravens, I mean, what more can they lose?
I know. Running back and their quarterback, same game.
If they're, what's the next game? Is their head coach gonna, fall ill for the rest of the year or something? I mean, what's gonna happen next? They can't fall apart anymore. They really can't, and they still win.
Yeah, and they still won.
That's crazy.
Yep.
Chiefs 33, Chargers 3.
San Diego's. Whew.
San Diego's a medic unit, and Chiefs are just rolling.
Yeah,
they are rolling.
And they had the heaviest person ever to score an offensive TD with Poe.
You know what? I call bupkis on that. Oh, I guess it depends. Did they mean like from an offensive standpoint?
Yeah, an offensive touchdown.
Oh, okay, an offensive touchdown. All right, then I don't call it. Although, because I was saying, I remember Sam Adams against the Patriots returning an interception for a touchdown, and he was huge, but that was defensively.
Defensive, yeah.
Yeah. The Chiefs are hot.
Mm-hmm.
They're gonna get a test this week. I think their real test since they started getting I would say more of a real test. Pittsburgh was a pretty good test when they beat you guys, but I think that was more of you guys shooting yourselves in the foot more than them winning.
Yep.
In any way, shape, or form, and it was without Roethlisberger. So, Packers 30, Vikings 13.
Yeah, Green Bay turned it around.
Yeah,
good to see.
To go into Minnesota and to snatch a division again, get back into the division race, pretty big.
Yep, big division game for them. That was good. 6 sacks. They showed some defense. They held Peterson to 45 yards.
And they harassed Bridgewater, really bad.
Yep.
Really bad, yeah. And Rodgers finally got on track with his wide receivers. Got that going.
Just had some breaking news. The Browns named McCown the starting quarterback. Manziel was seen partying during the team's bye week, and he's been demoted to the number 3 quarterback.
That just broke my mind. I just saw that.
Yeah.
I heard about. I was following that story from earlier this morning, and I did. They pulled the trigger on that.
Yeah,
huh?
that's funny.
Boy,
idiot.
The Browns continue to be a dumpster fire even when they don't play.
Yep.
Man,
sorry, cut you off there.
No, that's all right. That's what we need. Yep. I don't have the noise. Breaking news. We're
Green Bay, Minnesota. We just finished with.
Yeah, Minnesota will. We'll see how Minnesota bounces back, but they seem to be they seem to bounce back from losses this season. So
I think they'll be all right.
yeah, I think they'll be there in the end with them with the Packers. I think
Yep.
that's going to be your fight for the division there.
Yep.
49ers 13, Seahawks 29.
Yeah.
Well,
San Fran's a mess.
yeah, absolutely. And the Seahawks aren't what they were. Even though they're putting victories together, they're still not. They're really struggling. I think they're finally picking it up, but it's taking them a while to pick up their new defensive coordinators, whatever he's throwing down,
Yep.
And their offense is just a mystery, They're not a very good offensive line.
All right.
Just not doing well at all. Bengals 31, Cardinals 34.
Woohoo!
There it is, Jay. If I had the thing, I would have played it. Woohoo!
Yeah. Palmer, a little revenge, little team there.
Yeah. Yeah. And as I mentioned to you yesterday, when there were 5 undefeated teams, so far every team that's fallen has fallen from the undefeated ranks. They've lost 2 in a row.
Mm-hmm.
Bengals, the Bengals, the Packers, and the Broncos all went back-to-back losses. Packers actually went 3 in a row.
Yep.
But and the Cardinals just, man, it just reminds me, they're just like, okay, we're just going to keep throwing the foot. We're just going to keep doing it. We're just going to keep attacking, and we're eventually going to get the win. You know what I mean?
Yep.
It's just like, can you hang on against them? They just keep literally throwing it, but running it too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they're a good team. They're going to be fierce in the playoffs.
Yep.
And the Bengals, you know how I feel about them in the playoffs.
Yeah.
Bills 13, Patriots 20. Ugh, I don't have the button to play. Buffalo had their shots to win the game.
Yeah.
They had 2 underthrown passes that could have been touchdowns, and actually 3 underthrown passes that 2 underthrown passes could have been a touchdown. Another one that could have been put them down and right like on the goal line. So they had their opportunities. The defense played. I think the Bills' defense played the best game against Tom Brady this season.
Mm-hmm.
He hasn't had this bad of he had like a 51% passer rating. He hasn't had that bad of a passer rating, and they said it's something like since was it 06 or something?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So they really beat him up.
Yeah.
They might not have sacked him a lot, but they were hitting him on every play.
Yep.
He was not a happy camper at all, and it pains me that the Bills' offense loses the game for him, and the defense played outstanding.
Yeah.
To keep the Patriots to 20 points.
Yep.
You gotta try to win that game. No, not they didn't try to win that game, but you got to win that game.
Yep.
You can keep the Patriots to 20. That's just, I think in a way it doesn't really. Listen, if the Bills had come out of there, they'd be in really good shape in the wild card. They'd come out of there with a win, but they're not by any means out of it. But they have 2 tough games coming up, that's for sure, to stay. And I just saw today that Tyrod Taylor, he is going to play Sunday with the shoulder. They're still waiting on Mario Williams, and their rookie guard there, John Miller. He's the one that got carted off. I thought, his season's over with. I guess it's not a broken ankle, but they said it's a sprain. So he's also in a wait and see. And of course, Pittsburgh had the bye week, so you guys did well this week.
Yeah.
Considering what the Browns did, you guys rested well.
Yeah.
Your winners?
My winners were Jacksonville, Tampa, Denver, Green Bay, and KC.
Hmm.
I went. Jack.
Oh, go ahead.
No, I was just going to say Jacksonville, big win. Tampa, big road win for them, and Denver with their new quarterback. Green Bay division win, and KC rolling.
Yeah, I went with the Bucks and the Chiefs like you did. Same thing. The Bucks look like they're kind of heating up, and Chiefs obviously keep rolling. But I went with the Packers getting a big division win.
Yep.
I don't know if you had them in yours.
Yeah, I did.
Okay, yeah. Packers have the division, but I put the Cowboys getting the win, getting off the 7-game slide, and I went with the Lions.
Oh yeah, that was a big one too.
Yeah, the Raiders are not an easy team.
Yep.
I think the Lions pre-London would have lost that game.
Yeah.
Your losers?
San Diego, San Fran, Washington, Miami, and Atlanta. Mine. San Diego's just a mess. San Fran's a mess. Washington's a mess. And Atlanta blew it there at the end, so that kind of put them on there for me. And Miami.
I think you just did most of my dumpster fire 5.
Yeah.
My losers were the Jets. That lost an opportunity. I put Buffalo because I guess I shouldn't. I guess that's me being hard because I'm a Bills fan. But I think they had not with having that playing it so well, keeping them to 20 points. I feel like they're a loser because they should have taken that opportunity. The Rams, just because they burned me so many times. The Eagles and the Falcons for just falling off the planet.
Yeah.
Your overall winner?
I'm gonna go with Tampa Bay. They pulled it together pretty good there. They're looking good for a young team.
5 touchdowns for a rookie.
Yeah.
I went with the Chefs, the Chiefs. I mean, it was that could have been an easy trap game for them to a division opponent, even though a down and out division opponent. Sometimes that could come up and be a struggle, but they kind of handled them.
Yep.
My loser is the Eagles for completely just falling off the planet. I mean, against the Bucks.
I will agree with you there.
At home too,
Yep.
Yeah. My dumpster fire 5. We go with the 5, the Rams, because they obviously have they're having all sorts of problems right now. They're at some kind of crossroads. Then I put the Eagles for falling off the planet, and then 3, 2, and 1. Any way you want to put them. I'll put the Redskins at 3, and then 2 and 1, 49ers and Browns. But you can switch those 3 dumpster fires up any which way you want. And if I had little buttons that I could hit and we go into our little bumpers, we would, but we don't have it. So we will manually head over and go over to week 12.
Yes.
Our week 12 picks. A lot of these were easy for me. Oh, by the way, how did you do in week 11?
8 and 6.
I did 8 and 6 also.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You weren't that bad.
I thought I was terrible. It just seemed like it.
Yeah.
It just seemed like it. I was kind of surprised. I thought I was going to be in a losing week, but no.
Yeah.
Keeping that hope alive. No losing week.
Yep.
Week 12, we got Eagles and Lions.
I'm going Detroit there. On Thanksgiving, Detroit usually wins all the time.
I agree with you on Detroit.
Yeah.
I think the Eagles are free falling.
Yep.
I didn't mean that as a Tom Petty reference. But they are, not a good way.
Yeah.
And the Lions are winning.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that should be, their head coach might be trying to save his job. So
Yeah.
they seem to be playing for him.
Yep.
Panthers, Cowboys.
I'm gonna pick Dallas here in an upset.
Really?
Yep.
Yeah,
I'm gonna take Dallas in an upset here.
I don't know. I looked back for the Patriots, but I didn't for the Panthers. I don't know if I have picked against the Panthers yet this season at all.
I don't know if I have either. I don't know. I just went with that for some reason. So.
I'm looking here, and did I pick? I don't have them circled on week 5, but did they have a bye week or something? They must have had a bye week in week 5. That's why I'm not seeing them. No, I think I did find a week I went against them. Yes, I did. Against Seattle, I went against them. So I have gone against the Panthers at least once, I think. But I've been pretty regularly. Oh, I think I just found another week I went against them too. What week was that? What? Oh, no, I picked them against the Colts. Yeah, I haven't. I 1 week I did not pick them. Otherwise, I've gone and I'm staying with them. Going Panthers. I don't think Dallas has the defense to stop Super Camoufragilistic Expialidocious. Yeah, I mean, I think with Romo back, I think it'll be obviously a lot more competitive. But I don't think in the end, I think the Panthers are going to win that. Bears, Packers.
I went with Green Bay.
So did I. I think I think the Bears had a little bit of a hot streak there, but nothing that they. I don't think they have enough depth to hold on to keep that hot streak going. So I'm with Packers also. Giants, Redskins.
I didn't. Let's see here. I'm gonna go with Washington.
Really?
Take a flyer on that one
too. Excuse me. I'm going Giants.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think the Giants are more of a solid team, and Eli played really good against the Patriots. So and they got Odell Beckham Jr. And I think that's just way too much for the Redskins to handle. Vikings, Falcons.
I'm going with Minnesota.
I am too.
They're going to bounce back.
Yeah, I don't think that the Falcons are outmanned at this point. They can't handle much. Rams, Bengals.
I'm going with Cincinnati.
I am too. There's no way I'm touching the Rams anymore. No way.
Although I hope they win, but
yeah, I ran into a lot of that last week. Last week was a good week for Buffalo's opponents to lose. So I was happy, but my picks got kind of beat up in a way for it.
Yep.
Saints, Texans. This was a hard one.
Yeah, I know. I'm going with Houston. New Orleans kind of a mess. If it was in New Orleans, I might be the other way, but I'm going to go with Houston.
I'm going with the Texans, but we've seen these teams that have had trouble coming off the bye, and they fired Rob Ryan. So,
yeah,
I really wanted to go with the Saints, but I went with Houston, and Houston is benching their hot quarterback, which makes sense.
Yeah,
hot quarterback comes in, we're going to bench him. For, of all people, Brian Hoyer.
Yep.
Who didn't do anything to begin with. So, that just doesn't make any sense. Bucks, Colts.
I'm going with Tampa Bay.
I'm going with Tampa Bay too. I feel like they're riding a hot streak right now.
Mhm.
And although the Colts just weirdly win with Matt Hasselbeck, but
Mhm.
I'm going Colt. Our Bucks on that one. Buccaneers.
Mhm.
Dolphins Jets.
I'm going to take the Jets.
This was a hard one. It was a little bit of a decision. I think the Jets are banged up but are the better team.
Yeah.
And the Dolphins just seem to have a destruct button they seem to hit every game.
Yep.
You know, that either just about kills the game for them or does kill the game for them.
Nope.
I'm sure they're going to see how they can get another safety. Chargers Jaguars.
I'm going with Jacksonville.
I am too.
They're a hot streak there. San Diego's a mess.
That's right. We're proclaiming it. Bob and Jay's Pro Football Podcast is the Jags are our underdog team, maybe for the year.
Yep.
They're our underdog team. Go Jags. Except if they play Pittsburgh or Buffalo. Because they already beat Buffalo. We don't get into that. Raiders Titans.
I'm going to go with Oakland. I think they're going to get off their little losing streak here.
3 losses. I should be running from Oakland at this point. But I took them. But I took them. It's not like I feel like it's not like the Rams, where I took the Rams, where the Rams should have won.
Yeah.
And the Raiders, I was taking kind of on a flyer on a couple of those because they're not. I guess you could say they're not fully formed yet.
Yep.
So, but I'm going Raiders. I think the Titans got some other issues they have to deal with. Bills Chiefs.
I'm going to go with Kansas City.
I'm going Kansas City too.
Been on the Buffalo bandwagon, but I'm gonna. Kansas City's pretty hot.
Yeah, I'm going Kansas City too. If this was in Buffalo, I might be.
Yeah.
I might actually be picking the Bills. This is going to be a test for Kansas City. To see, where in correlate. I mean, because their hot streak has been kind of they picked off the Broncos at the right time. Unfortunately, there hasn't been a not a good time to play San Diego because they've just been snake bitten with so many injuries. Yeah. They picked off the Lions at the right time too because the Lions were really, that was before their bye week from hell. So, and when they did, I feel like they picked the Steelers off at the right time without Big Ben. So. Yep. I'm looking at this to be not just because I'm a Bills fan. Obviously, I'm picking the Chiefs, but I think this is I think Buffalo can beat Kansas City in Kansas City, and I think that will really obviously they need this game, and Buffalo needs the next game at home against Houston. If Buffalo can win those 2 games, then they're going to be in really good shape for a playoff run. Kansas City, if they beat Buffalo, obviously depending on how they do it, well, regardless of how they do it, I guess. But if they demolish them, or whatever, then I feel like that puts a little bit more of a stamp on Kansas City's hot streak of they're really they're real dangerous. Yep. So there's a lot that game. I would almost say that game was like a game of the week. If you look at all these other games.
Yep.
That game's a huge. There are huge factors in that game. Cardinals at 49ers.
I'm going with Arizona.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't think that matters where that is. Steelers, Seahawks.
I'm going Pittsburgh. Off the bye week, they've been home. I think they're going to go out there and pull it out.
If this is Seahawks 2013 or 14, I'm going with them, but not this year. I'm going Steelers. Coming off the bye week. Ben's going to be healthier.
Yeah, the whole team's going to be healthy. So
what?
Or said the whole team's going to be healthy. So
yeah, I definitely going Steelers. The Seahawks don't really have a home field advantage anymore this season. Yeah. Patriots Broncos.
I'm going Denver. The upset of the week here, I think.
Wow.
I'm going to take Denver.
You think the Patriots are injured enough and
yeah, short week. They got a lot of injuries going to Denver. I'm going to take Denver.
Just like the Panthers, there was only one game I went against the Patriots, and that was against the Colts, and the Colts almost pulled it off. But that being said, I'm headed with the Patriots all the way with like the Panthers.
Mm-hmm.
That's almost like my bizarre Super Bowl pick. Although I don't pick the Patriots for,
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, Jesus. Did we do our Yeah, we did our Super Bowl picks in the first one. That should be fun to go back and recap. Oy vey. That's going to be ugly. I think you picked the Colts, didn't you?
Yeah.
I don't even remember who I picked.
I think I picked the Colts and Green Bay. No.
I don't know who the other team. I don't know. You know what? I have no idea who I picked. I may have picked the Seahawks. I have no idea the AFC team that I picked. I'm looking at all the AFC teams, and I don't know who I picked. So I didn't pick. Maybe I think I picked. Maybe I picked the Broncos.
Yeah.
Maybe I did. I'm not sure. Last game: Ravens at Browns.
A stinky bowl here. Baltimore at Cleveland. Yeah. At Cleveland, I think the Ravens are just a mess now. Well, I think Cleveland at home.
I'm going Ravens.
Yeah.
Yes.
All right.
I think the Browns are a stinkier mess.
Yeah.
And a healthy stinky mess.
All right.
Matt Schaub, Matt Schaub is as good as McCown is as quarterback.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So, and they lose the play factor of Manziel.
Yeah.
Since he's now third string quarterback. You know what third string quarterback means?
Yeah.
That means he's inactive.
Yeah.
So he's just basically done.
Yeah.
So I'm going Ravens. They're they're pesky even with the way they're. That's what we'll have to do next year. We'll have to have Jay's pesky 5.
Yeah.
Do that for next week. Make a pesky 5.
Pesky 5. Nope.
Those are our picks.
Yep.
So probably next week we'll probably be back normally in the studio.
Hopefully, yep.
And we'll recap everything for you. And I think that's it.
Yeah. Have a happy Thanksgiving.
Yes. Everyone have a happy Thanksgiving.
Enjoy the games and enjoy the food.
And enjoy the beer.
Yes.
Which Jay did last night.
Yeah.
All right. Then we will see you next week on Bob and Jay's Pro Football Podcast. Bye.
Bye.
From Homebrew Studios, this has been Bob and Jay's Pro Football Podcast, brought to you by Bob and John's Super Duper Variety Power Hour.